I'm applying for the United Business Credit Card with a 100,000 mile welcome offer, and in this video you will see if I get approved or denied. I've wanted this card for a long time, but I prioritized other Chase and American Express credit cards before getting this one, and now it's time to get my first airline credit card ever. Of course, the welcome offer is fantastic, and that's the main reason why I'm getting this card, but there's more to love than just getting the 100,000 miles. So we're gonna start off this video by telling you why I'm getting this card, and then of course we will apply for it and hopefully get approved. The first thing that you may have noticed is that this is a business card, so not every single person is going to be eligible, but if you have any sort of self-employment income, that qualifies you to take a look at this card to see if maybe it's the right fit for you. And yes, there is a $99 annual fee to this card. Sometimes it's waived in the first year, sometimes it's not, but right now, because the welcome offer is so big, they decided to not waive the $99 in the first year, which I am okay with. Since we are paying $99 up front to get this card, let's talk about how we're gonna get value out of this card. And of course, the welcome offer is the number one way, 100,000 miles right now, and that offer is expiring on April 3rd, 2024. So at the time of posting this video, you have about a month to apply for this card and get approved. Let's talk about how we can use our United miles to get value, and we'll also talk about how much 100,000 miles is actually worth. Just like with transferable currency cards like Chase Ultimate Rewards Points or American Express Membership Rewards Points, you can use your miles in a variety of ways, but just like those Chase and American Express cards, there really is going to be one way you're going to get the most value out of your points. With Chase and American Express, to get maximum value, you will be transferring out your points to travel partners, and with United Miles, you will be using your miles for flights either in economy, or to get even more value, you'll use your miles in business class. There is a whole page on the United website that says you can use your miles for travel or for shopping or for experiences. I mean, I'm sure those are okay if you really want to use your United miles that way, but it's just not going to be as good as using your points for flights. I did some research on other websites to find out how much they think United miles are worth. Sometimes you may get an estimation of just 0.9 cents per point, or you can get all the way up to 1.45 cents per point. And this just means if you take the cash price of the ticket and then you subtract the taxes and fees, multiply that by 100, and then divide it by the total amount of points that you are going to be paying, that's where you get your cents per point. So it's basically how many cents of value you're going to be getting for using one United mile. I'll just speak from my personal travel experiences recently. When I booked 2 round-trip flights to Asia for me and my wife in economy, I was able to get 2.41 cents per point on United's website, and I'm looking again for flights coming back from Asia, and I'm seeing around 3 cents per point for international business class. Of course, you're not always going to find value of over 2 or 3 cents per point on your United bookings, and in that case, I would just recommend paying cash if you can't find anything over 1.5 cents per point. If you take my 1.5 cents per point calculation for United miles, this would mean that the 100,000 mile sign-up bonus is equal to $1,500 of value, and then of course you have to subtract the $99 annual fee, and you'll get just below $1,500. But I'm not just looking at this card for the welcome offer. There are other good things I like about this card too that will potentially make this a keeper card in my wallet for years to come. On the Chase website, we can look at everything this card has to offer, and the first thing I want to talk about is the spending categories, and they are very bad. Very, very bad. You are not going to be using this card to put a ton of spend on it. You're just going to be earning 2 times points on United purchases, 2 times points in dining and also gas stations, office supply stores, local transit and commuting, and then with everything else, you're going to be earning 1 mile per dollar spent. I could easily earn more United miles with other Chase cards I already have in my wallet, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred earns 3 times points on dining, and this United Airlines card earns 2 times points on dining. But I can use the Chase Sapphire Preferred for a dining purchase, purchase, and then use those points that I earn, transfer them over to United, and I've now earned more United miles than with the United business card. Okay, so if the spending categories are completely worthless, we now have to get value out of these credits that are coming on the United business card. The next thing we see on the Chase website is that you get a free checked bag when you use this card to pay for your ticket. This is really nice because you and one companion can get a free checked bag on a round trip ticket or a one-way ticket if you decide to book that way. I think this is a pretty cool perk, and if I checked bags, I would definitely get this card for that, and I would save a lot of money, but I don't check bags, so we have to move on and look at the other credits. The next one is a $100 United travel credit, and this one's interesting because you have to make 7 purchases throughout this card member year, and you have to have those purchases be more than $100 each. This would honestly be a little bit difficult to hit this for me because I would have to basically fly United 7 times and then pay for it every single time when I like to use points for my flights. There are 5,000 bonus anniversary miles when you hold 1 United business card and 1 United personal card. So maybe this could look like I'm holding the United business card and then maybe the no annual fee version of a United personal card, and then I get 5,000 anniversary miles. It may be a little bit of a hassle to also sign up for a United personal card if I don't need it. So right now, probably get no value out of that. You can earn up to 1,000 Premier qualifying points when you use this card for purchases. I already said this card is not good for your everyday purchases, but if you are very, very close to reaching the next status tier for United, then maybe this could be an option for you. So if you spend $500, you get 25 Premier qualifying points. And this is really, really complicated if you're not familiar with the United system and how you earn status, but basically I wouldn't really ever use this unless I was extremely close to getting the next status tier. Now here's one of my favorite perks of this card. You get 2 one-time passes to use for a United club when you're flying on United Airlines. This is lounge access in airports, and I love lounge access in airports. In fact, I already have a lot of credit cards in my wallet that give this perk, like the American Express Platinum card or the Capital One Venture X. I am able to go to Centurion lounges, Escape lounges, Capital One lounges, and Priority Pass lounges. And in the event where I can't go to any of those when they're not in a convenient location in the airport I'm in, and I am flying on United, maybe I can use one of these club lounge passes. It normally costs $59 to go into a United Club lounge. I would absolutely never pay that. I would probably value this perk around like $10 each pass. I know that's kind of undervaluing this perk, but I like to do that to make sure I'm going to get value out of this card before paying Chase and United the $99 annual fee. There's other perks too, like getting 25% back when you use your card to pay for in-flight purchases or for Wi-Fi or for beverages at a United club. There's also priority boarding, which is pretty good. I mean, it's a nice perk for sure, but I really don't care that much about boarding the plane first if I'm sitting in economy. Like, I really don't mind unless I really need space for my carry-on bag. So like all of these perks, while they're nice and I'm really happy to have them if I get approved for this card, the only one that's really going to provide me tangible value is the United Club passes. As we move down the Chase website, there's just a few other things I want to mention before applying for this card. The first one being the no foreign transaction fees that you get on this card. This is extremely nice because I am going to be out of the country for a while, in just a week or so. So I need a card that's going to give me no foreign transaction fees, and it'll be really nice to start working towards a sign-up bonus for using this card internationally. And this card is a Visa, so if the merchant accepts credit cards, they will almost always accept the United business card. Another thing I like is that United miles never expire. I don't have to keep my account active just to keep the miles from expiring. Of course, there are amazing perks about this card that I'm not even mentioning in this video because this video would just be far too long. And if you want me to do a deep dive into this card at a later date, let me know in the comments below and I'd be happy to do that. But we got to move on to the next thing right before applying for the card, is mentioning the referral bonus that you can get with this one. If you are somebody that has any of the 6 United Airlines credit cards, you can refer people to any of the 6 United Airlines cards and you get 10,000 miles for doing so. My referral link will be a link in the description. You can just click on that, find United Airlines cards, and then click on that and you can apply for anyone that you like. Now that we're at the bottom of the Chase website, you may be thinking that I haven't really gotten a ton of value out of this card, especially if I'm going to hold it year after year. And that's because there's a somewhat secret perk about having a United Airlines credit card, and that would be expanded award availability for Saver economy seats. To keep things simple and to make sure that you understand my point, when you go over to the United Airlines website and you search for award flights that way, sometimes there won't be a flight with the route and the date that you like, but if you have a United Airlines credit card, there will be expanded award availability. So sometimes you may see that the points price that you are going to pay for a flight is reduced from the public rate. I don't have a ton of information on this exact topic right now. I just have a few screenshots that I've seen from other people's blog posts, but if I get this card and I see that this perk is really going to be nice and is worth it for me, then this will now become a keeper card because I will be paying a lot fewer points for my United flights than I have been in the past. Okay, so that was a lot of information about the United business card, so let's just get on with the application. How you would go about applying for this card is using the link in my description, clicking on that, and then going over to the United Airlines cards and clicking on that link, and it'll take you to the United website. What is going to show up here on this first screen are the United personal cards, and if you want a personal card, that's totally fine. Pick the card you want and apply for it, or if you want a business card like the United business card, you would just go through and click on "Are you a small business owner?" at the top of the page, and then you'll look at the card on the left. That's the card that we are looking for and we've been talking about all video, so we will click apply now. This is going to be a pretty standard business application from Chase, so you're not going to have to worry about too much, but there is a unique field that we are going to have to fill in. Right here, you're going to put in your United Mileage Plus number. If you already have a number, you are going to put that there. If you don't have one, then they will automatically create one for you. So if you already have a United account, please make sure to put your number in there correctly, because I'm sure you already have a few miles from flights here and there, and so you want to make sure that those accounts are linked with all of your past flights. There is some personal information that you're going to have to fill out, like the authorizing officer title. I picked owner because that's what applies to me. If you think that any of the other ones fit you best, you would just click that. I'm going to click owner, and now we're going to get into our business info by choosing our legal business structure. I chose LLC because I have one for my business, but if you don't have a registered business, then you may be a sole proprietor, and that's if you just have some self-employment income here and there, or even if it's steady but you don't have an actual business, then you'll just put that. Your tax ID type, whether it's an EIN or if you're a sole proprietor, you would just put your social security number. Make sure to read over these certifications, and once you've filled out everything and you're ready to go, you'll click the checkbox and then you'll click submit. I'm going to go through the application myself, just fill it out with all of my information, and then I'll be back to submit. Okay, I filled it out, and in all honesty, I'm not too confident in this application. I may have to call the Chase reconsideration line if my application does not get instantly approved, and that would be because I already have 7 Chase cards in my possession. I have 3 personal cards and 4 business cards, and I have been extended a lot of credit with Chase, and so they typically don't like to extend that much more. In my past 2 applications, I believe that I have been approved for the absolute minimum credit limit that you could get approved for, and so I'm expecting either to be approved for the absolute minimum credit limit on the United Business Card, which is $5,000, or potentially not even get approved at all. So with that said, I'm just gonna go for it and click submit. Okay, so this process takes around like 20 to 30 seconds usually. Sometimes if it goes faster, then that means good news, but we'll just have to see. I've seen this spinning circle so many times now that I'm not too worried about anything quite yet, although... Oh, there we go. You're all set. $5,000, which, yeah, is the minimum credit limit. So, yeah, I kind of expected that to happen, which actually is pretty funny. It worked out exactly how I thought. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, you can see that APR there. Not trying to pay 21% interest on the card. And whew, we got the card. I'm so excited about this one. Remember, I have a referral link down below. It really helps support the channel in a big way. And although I'm really excited I got approved for this card, I wasn't really expecting to apply for this one when I did. And if you would like to check out my video of my entire credit card roadmap of 2024, I'll have that video for you right there. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.